So thank you all for being here for this practice of Yoga Nidra. It's a practice of being in the deepest state of rest, coupled with the slightest trace of awareness. And I'm really glad that you're here, that you want to spend some time in this space, just to be sure that we're all comfortable and that we all understand what we need to be doing right now. We're on the floor. You're relaxing on your back. Your palms are faced up towards the sky. Your feet are about hips width apart or further. Your toes are relaxed towards the floor though, so the legs are soft. The palms are open and receptive. You've placed a pillow perhaps underneath your head. You've placed a blanket underneath your knees for lower back support. You have a blanket over your body perhaps, and then a light piece of cloth over your eyes so that you block out any light that's in the room. So that's the main part of the practice, just getting set up. And now we will begin the practice of Yoga Nidra. So welcome. Please begin the practice just by becoming aware of your body, resting on the floor. Remember that the practice of Yoga Nidra is the practice of the deepest state of rest, coupled with the slightest trace of awareness. For the next 20 minutes or so, you will not move your body. So please be sure that you are comfortable. Make your final adjustments now. Your intention is to remain awake for the next 20 minutes of practice. Your body may sleep. Your mind may sleep. But awareness remains awake throughout the practice. Begin by listening to sounds that surround you. Become aware of the sounds that surround you. Some may feel more distant than others. Remain neutral to the experience of listening to sound. In this time and place, you are free of judgment while you listen to sound. Now allow the sounds to become more distant. Drawing your awareness towards the inner world. Please begin to deepen the breath. Allow the chest and upper back to remain still while you feel this expansion and contraction at the abdominal wall. This feeling is smooth and continuous, letting the abdominal wall rise and fall. There is very little noise or sound to the breath. And the rhythm feels even and comfortable for you. Continue to shape the breath for about the next 2 minutes. The chest is quiet, still, just feeling the rise and fall of the abdominal wall, smooth and continuous. Now please relax the breath. Allow the breath to become involuntary. You are no longer shaping the breath. You are not the breather. Your body breathes. You are spacious awareness, observing the effortless flow of the breath. You are not the doer. Your body breathes, and you remain awake to the experience of breath. please move your attention to the middle of the brain. Relax completely and experience this space in the middle of your brain awake, like a pinpoint of light or even a blue dot. Don't try to visualize, just feel, just sense the space at the midbrain while you fully relax. Now do the same practice at the center of your throat. Feel or experience or sense the space at the center of the throat. A pinpoint of light or a blue dot. Or just feeling. Relax. No efforting, no trying. Move your awareness to the center of your right shoulder. Same practice. Center the right elbow. Center of the wrist. Blue dot. Feeling or sense, but relaxed. No trying. Tip of the right thumb. Tip of the index finger. Tip of the middle finger. Blue dot. Point of awareness. Tip of the ring finger. Relax, let go. Tip of the pinky. Just be effortless. Move awareness to the center of the right wrist. Right elbow. Right shoulder. Center of the throat. Experience the left shoulder joint, the point of light. Just relax. Feel awareness, the center of the left shoulder. No trying. Left elbow. Left wrist. Tip of the left thumb. Tip of the index finger. Tip of the middle finger. Tip of the ring finger. Tip of the pinky. Center of the left wrist. Left elbow. Left shoulder. Point of light, point of awareness. Just experience. Center of the throat. Relax, let go. No trying. Center of the chest, deep within the cavity. Right chest. Center of the right chest. Center of the chest again, deep within. Now the left chest. Awareness. Now the center of the chest. Rest here, feeling the body breathe at the center of the chest. Feel the whole body relaxed as you rest in the heart center. Experience the heart center expanding as you relax more deeply. No trying. Just feeling this spacious awareness at the center of the chest, deep within, and becoming aware at the same time of the state of deep sleep. Resting at the heart center while remaining aware. Let the body sleep. Let the mind sleep. And let awareness remain awake. Awareness is linked by the gentlest flow of the breath. Yoga Nidra is the deepest state of sleep, coupled with awareness, united with the effortless flow of breath. The breath is your link to awareness, while the body and mind sleep. Become aware of the body in this deep state of rest. You are surrounded now by blue light, soothing, healing, purifying blue light, like a heavenly blue light. Feel your body absorbed in a cloud of blue light. The blue light is healing and purifying for the body and the mind. Just relax and feel absorbed in this blue light. Please become aware of the breath and feel and see the body resting on the floor. Your body is completely at ease, at peace. feeling rested and renewed. Please begin to deepen the breath just enough to awaken the limbs, the arms, the legs, inspiring them to move a bit. To transition out of this position, roll over to your right side of your body. Place your bottom arm underneath your head as a pillow if you want, or just use the pillow that you have. Take a few complete breaths there, in and out of the body, through the nose, feeling the back body expand and contract. Let that wave just wash over the whole body. Stay here for a few more moments, and then when you're ready, please come to a comfortable seat. The practice of Yoga Nidra is now complete. So thank you all for being here. You may come back, and if you want, just turn on your camera. It would be nice to see your faces. We only get to see each other once a week, so it's nice to connect in this way. And as always, it's really a pleasure to be with you. It's an immense honor, actually, to guide you, especially in Yoga Nidra. So it's very beautiful practice. And of course, as you know, I do post these up on YouTube. They're on my website as well under free, or it's located at home on the YouTube channel. That's my name. Just there for you to continue to practice and tap into again. The goal was for you to say, okay, this is a 20-minute practice. I'll make 20 more minutes throughout the rest of the week to do it again. So that would be a really nice addition to your life, right? I do want to share that if you go onto my homepage of my website, I do have some new offerings. So check those out. One is about the mind. So if you're interested in learning more about how the mind works from a yogic lens, very practical yet, potent knowledge, check that out. That's happening in a week, I think. And then Yoga Nidra, I'm going to offer this consistently now on Thursdays. So if you're interested in continuing the journey of Yoga Nidra, there's all sorts of practices and nuances to it. So it's fun to explore what this deep state of relaxation is all about, getting into those really low waves of the mind, delta waves. So please, now is the time to share your voice. If you have one and you care to share one. I know you feel probably a little overly relaxed maybe, or just in a beautiful cloud of blue light still. But if you want to unmute your microphone, it's always good for us to hear your voices and for others to hear what's on your mind. So please share.
Hey, Joe.
Hey, Sherry.
I just want to say thank you. That was really fabulous. And I felt like a really awesome practice to just, bring that awareness. And yes, that sense of relaxation that came was pretty awesome. So thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. That's good. Oh, there's Linda. Hey, Linda. I didn't see you on before.
Dina's here now.
Yeah, I had a hard time connecting with you guys on my phone.
Ah,
The computer. Sorry about that. There was no internet connection. I was at the gym. This is the first week they've opened indoors. So I went to a class and I was trying different rooms. Nothing was working and I had to get into the car and I just came to my computer. So sorry that I was a few minutes
it's
late.
okay. It's all right. I'm glad you made it, Dina.
Yeah, but thoroughly relaxing. Actually, it's the first time I've done Yoga Nidra immediately after doing an exercise class. So it was
Ah,
a very deeply relaxing experience for me.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Good. Good.
so enjoyed it very much.
Yeah. Did everyone stay awake? That'd be a curious
Yes,
question.
I did.
Oh, you did? Eileen, yes. Ralph, yes. Okay. Carol, yes. Good. All right. That's important. If you did stay awake, part of the journey is, this is what my teacher does, is he tries to ask us what happened during Yoga Nidra. So you're not going unconscious, right? You're not losing your consciousness. And even though you are deeply relaxed, you're still aware. So you can go back and look at the steps of what just happened. You are able to remember what you just did. So it's kind of easy to go backwards. You can maybe remember the steps that way, but somehow you can trace yourself back, even though you were relaxed, even though, you know, your body and mind were still, the awareness was still there. And that's the genius of Yoga Nidra, is that you don't realize how deeply you can relax and stay awake and aware.
Yeah.
So
Well,
go ahead.
I could share one thing. I noticed I had trouble putting a blue dot into my areas of my body. And when you said you don't have to think of the blue dot, just think of the inside your chest or inside your shoulder. That was much simpler for me than to be sticking a blue light in me,
Yeah.
a blue dot. So,
Yeah.
so that was even more relaxing.
Yeah. Good, Ralph.
But finding the blue dot was work.
Yeah. No need to work.
Um,
I love it. Who else?
It was hard shutting my mind off this time.
Hmm.
Other times when we've done it and you told different body parts to relax, my mind just completely shut off. Today I had trouble shutting my mind off, but I have to say using the eye thing over your eyes was very helpful.
Good. Good.
But
Yeah.
great
Yeah.
overall.
I had a little trouble relaxing my breath. It's usually not a problem, but it's been a hectic week, maybe, you know, stressful.
Yeah.
And then at one point I had an image, you know, like I get like some flashes of image, color and stuff. And for some reason, this is very funny, but Lionel Richie flashed in my mind. Sorry. And
At one point in your life, you saw Lionel Richie. So
I did. It's so weird. Anyway, sorry.
no, it's good. Eileen, you bring up a really good point, because the mind is historical, right? So this is what we're trying to embrace, is everything that we've ever experienced in this life, we're privileged to have in our brain. So yeah.
Yeah, and I started chasing that thought, and I was like, why was I thinking about it? And then I'm like, okay, stop thinking, you know.
Yeah.
I thank you for saying that, because I forgot, but I flashed on where my father lived in Florida. I was there. I all of a sudden was there. I had a flashback, and that was like, so it was a surprise. It was this, I haven't thought about it. I think about my father. I had a dream about him the other night, but he came to me in my dream. But I have not been to East Point in Palm Beach Gardens for a really long time. So that, and it just flowed in and flowed out. It was very cool. Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's great that you gave it permission to move, you know, because that's the mind. It's what it's doing. But, you know, the practice itself is being attentive to that and then letting it go and moving back to where you want to be. So great. Bless you.
Joe?
Yes.
Yeah.
Joe, I had one thing happen, and it happens to me. I do Yoga Nidra pretty regularly. Is sometimes when you're going through the different points, I'll feel like it's like I've been in a car where I was obviously driving the car, and yet I went from one point to another, and I don't know how I got there exactly. So I'll be like, you'll say the wrist, and the next thing I'm hearing from you say is your pinky. And so I've missed those 4 points, and yet I know I wasn't sleeping either. So what does that mean exactly? Or what could that mean?
You were sleeping.
I was.
Yeah. You went unconscious for just a little bit.
What about those blackouts? You can be driving somewhere, Joe, and realize you're home and don't remember any of the ride. I mean, you're driving, you're awake, but didn't that ever happen to you?
Well, yes, it happens to all of us. It's just, this isn't about me. This is just about the fact that awareness is either awake or it's not awake. And when awareness isn't linked to the present moment, it's not awake. It's not there. You're lost in the past or the future.
So the analogy isn't the same as when you're driving, because you couldn't be sleeping when you're driving.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. You can't be sleeping while you're driving, but the loss of consciousness or the lack of consciousness or awareness can happen sometimes.
Well, I'm going to push you just a little bit into your uncomfort zone where you're in an autopilot mode, so much so that the mind knows exactly what to do, but you are not present to the doing of it. Okay. So you have rehearsed. Okay, so this is what I think you want to hear. I have practiced meditation now for 12 years. And just because I know how the steps to get to maybe a meditative place, it doesn't mean it can happen automatically. And I have found that I have done that, where I'm just going through the motions and I'm not awake to the steps. And then I'm kind of putting myself in an unconscious pretend meditative place. So this is what's happening when you're driving. If you're not aware of the fact that you're driving and where you're driving and how you're getting there, then awareness is actually not awake. You're not awake to it. You're just, your mind is actually not even where it needs to be. You're pushing yourself away from the moment. And this is not uncommon. I mean, this is kind of the way we've been trained as humans on Earth. So it's a new muscle. All you need to remember is it's a new muscle. And the muscle is there. It just needs to draw itself to the front. Here's where I feel like you might relate to this. Is when it's about trauma. So whenever I've experienced trauma in my life, I retreat back. I sink in. I go to a place where I don't know where I am anymore. Trauma makes us, in small, big trauma. Doesn't need to be like car accident trauma. It just can be any kind of trauma. Being hurt, heartbroken. It causes us to retreat in. And I think what has happened is that we're so bruised at times that we don't even know the bruising, haven't seen it enough. And so we have learned to retreat away from. And this makes it harder to be in the moment, awake with what's going on. Mm-hmm. That's my experience of it. Of course, everyone's going to have a different point of view. Any other thoughts on the practice, Yoga Nidra? Any questions about what we did? Yeah? Okay. I think
just a question for the next one that we're doing on a Thursday night, Joe.
Oh.
Would it be different from what you would do during the day? I'm just curious, like an evening Yoga Nidra, is that different from a daytime Yoga Nidra in any way?
Yes and no. So there's different blends of techniques. And so it's just blending the right that will be good for an evening practice versus more of a, there are deep healing practices, Dina, that you can do that really unwind the unconscious mind. We won't be doing things like that. We'll be doing more practices that will allow us better to, like today, be awake and aware of our relaxation and kind of put us in a really pleasant state to go into bed.
Great.
Yeah, because today was very healing. The blue light, very healing,
healing.
Peaceful. There's different themes to the practice today as opposed to other practices, which would be a little different, working with the mind in different ways. So.
Great.
Yeah. So make sure you sign up for that Thursday Yoga Nidra. That's on my website. Make sure you sign up for the mind work. It's called Befriending the Mind. So that's a good thing, right? We want to learn how to be best friends with our mind. You don't need to be present for the Sunday mind workshop. Just sign up and you'll get the link to the video. I promise you it's going to be super professional. There'll be a lot, very well thought out, very practical. And it's stuff I've been thinking about for a long time. So I think you'll enjoy it. So with that, thank you all for being here. I'll see you next Sunday. More Sunday Sangha love. And thank you for being here. Big
Thank
hugs.
you.
Thank you, Joe.
Yep.
Thank you, everyone.
Have a great week. Have a great day, everybody.
Yes.
Thanks for being here.
Everybody have a
Thank
good
you,
day.
Joe.